Excuse me there for a little bit of a rough, sorry, rough start. Good morning, everyone, and welcome here to the 2K16 My Career playoffs stream. Continuing, pardon me, we're continuing the playoff run with My Career, and if you didn't see on Twitter, I'll tell you here as well, but I am not, as you might be able to tell, not feeling 100%. I'm thinking I'm coming down with a little bit of a sinus cold. As I mentioned the other day, the up and down weather here is not helping me at all, so
Hello, NBA playoff fans. We're about to
I
start game 4
won't
of the conference
be
finals
doing
here on
afternoon
2K
streams.
Sports. Shaq's here.
Excuse me.
Here. I'm Ernie Johnson.
Afternoon
Tonight,
streams
we'll be
the
watching
rest of the
Indiana
week
Pacers
just
playing against
because of the
the
fact that
Chicago
I'd
Bulls.
rather rest up,
Guys,
you know,
the
for
Bulls, Game 3,
spending time with
bitter
friends and
loss.
family this
These
weekend
home
for
fans hoping they can
Christmas, so
rally
I'm
back and
taking it a
provide
little bit
something to
easy,
cheer about
but
this time around.
that's the bad news
And
is
if you've
I'm
been
sick
watching
and
this
won't be
team play
doing
lately,
afternoon streams.
you know who
The
they've
good
been
news
getting
is that I
the big
feel
baskets
well
from?
enough
Freak.
to
He's been
do
on a
the
tear.
short
How's
morning
it going?
streams here, which, like I said, you know, as you know, they only last about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I do feel good enough to do these. Plus, you know, we want to finish the playoffs up this week as promised and get to a new season next week. So I will still be doing the morning sports streams the rest of the week, but there will be no afternoon streams as I just kind of take it easy and rest. I don't, like I said, I can put up with the coffee and stiffly try to hold that back for most of the stream for an hour and a half or so, but I really don't want to put out a terrible, long, quality afternoon stream that is mostly me just sounding all stuffed up and nasally and sneezing, blowing my nose, and coughing into the microphone. I've done a long afternoon 6 stream before, and it it did not go too well.
Chicago, they're facing elimination, and the fans in this building
So
know that this could be
that's the plan for the rest of the week.
without a tremendous effort.
So I will do the sports streams here in the morning to finish up the playoffs, but as for afternoon streams, just gonna take it easy and relax.
I agree with you. I mean, that's exactly right. You got to win this
We'll
game
get back to the
down
regular
play
routine
freely,
next week.
Play confidently and let it all hang out.
Now a chance, courtsie of
You said I wish I could have. I honestly wish I could have
On the
avoided
floor.
this,
On the court for
but
Indiana. Moore,
like
he's in at power
the
forward.
weather,
Ellis is out there
as
with George
mentioned,
Hill. Then
it was
it's
like
Paul
30
George
degrees
and
one
Hill
day,
at
and
the
then
so here's
ooh,
Indiana.
that's not what I want to
They
do. So I don't even have my head out of the clouds.
And the deciding factor in that one was their success from the floor. I mean, they just hit big shots time and time again.
But
Yeah, just the way
anyway,
you
like
want
I
to
mentioned
be the road
before,
team.
the
Don't even give the fans a chance to get into it.
Moore with the block. Goes back up. That's good from Gasol, and the assist by Noah.
like 35-degree weather one day and then 53 the next is not helping sinuses, and
Hill passes to Moore.
couple other of
Count that one.
the members of my family
Set him up with a terrific
have gotten the
Yeah, I like
sinus,
the fact that the setup was
excuse me,
good,
the
the
sinus
screen
colds
was
as
solid,
well,
but
and I
you
think
also have
just
to
kind
look
of
at the fact that the
passing it
defender
around to
didn't
each
do
other.
his job as well as he
It's like
could have.
you're injured
Now
Derrick
here's
Rose for the third
He
time
feeds it to
in this
Noah.
series with a hard screen.
Pass to Gasol. It's rebounded by Indiana. And Hill has it in the corner.
Ah,
1:30
get out.
gone here in the first quarter. Hill kicks to George. Here's Moore. Thanked in off the glass. Moore's got his second bucket of the night.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect.
So,
All these
yeah.
second chance points do
It
not
go
come
figures,
by
all
accident.
week to get sick
Now
will be the
here's
week of
Butler.
Christmas.
Back to Rose.
Sometimes that's
And
just the
goes
way
out
it
of bounds.
goes.
That one off Butler.
And, you know, I still have to work on a little bit
For
on
Indiana,
Saturday.
they've gone 2 for 4
I don't
from
have to
field
do
so
the
far
full
today.
sports show.
Hill a screen on Rose.
but I do have to do some of my other work responsibilities.
Got his first 2 points of the night. Here's Rose. Time now for an injury report. Now let's check in with our Doris Burke for an update on Derrick Rose. Doris?
Hello, Kevin. I spoke with the head athletic trainer for Chicago. He told me that it doesn't look too serious. Hopefully he won't miss too long, and you can bet we'll see him cheer on his team to reach the NBA Finals if he is out. Love the teamwork, guys.
All right, Doris. We will, of course, keep everyone updated as we find out more.
And you know what? He could have a long road ahead in terms of getting back on the court. But one thing we all know, he's never been shy of hard work.
No, he's not. I mean, he'll be doing everything he can to make it back.
I missed who they were even talking about.
The communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
He kicks it to Gasol. It's rebounded by Indiana.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Some nice passing here by Indiana. Moore against Noah. Just 5 on the clock. And George kicks to Moore. Fades and shoots.
Oh,
Jimmy
so
Butler
close.
comes up with the rebound. Bulls trail by 3. Out to the right wing. Gasol goes in. Rebounded by Moore. Moore's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch, and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold, the way that guy gets to the rim.
Here's what Chicago's
Oh,
going
despite
with right
not
now.
feeling 100%
Patterson is
yesterday either,
Miritich
I did
comes
still
in
go
for the
see
lead.
Star
23
Wars
check in for Jimmy Butler.
yesterday
And Brooks in
afternoon.
for
Really
Finn
enjoyed
for the
it.
Pacers.
Definitely a
Turner's
lot
checked in
better
for
than the
Hill.
prequels.
Solomon Hill
I
comes in
think
for
J.J.
Monte
Abrams did an
Ellis.
excellent
Stuckey
job with
subbed
the
in
movie.
for George Hill.
Yeah,
Here's
I
Stuckey.
thoroughly
Gasol's
enjoyed it.
bucket. And a wide open look for Freak. Basket is good.
Felt like the
Assist
kind of
from
movie
Stuckey.
that made me fall in love
And
with the
it's 8
series in
points
the
for
first
Freak.
place.
Strong start.
I look
Early
forward to the
4
rest of
his
them.
first
You know,
5
the
minutes.
anthology
Patterson
films in
the
between, and of
screen.
course the
And
3
Brooks. Here we go.
main
Terrific
movies
design on the pick
as
and
well
lays
that
it
will
in.
complete this trilogy.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Brooks against Stuckey. Kicks it to George.
Why?
Stolen by Miritich. Brooks outside. Patterson the screen. Brooks dishes to Patterson. Snell the pass to Gasol. Here's Patterson. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And I don't want to
Pacers
say any
leading by
spoilers
4.
because to me,
Moore
I've
with
always
it.
gone
Now
by
guarded
for
by Miritich.
movies
Nobody
to
near
give
George.
a week.
And there's the
Ow!
foul. It'll go on
Rude.
Nikola Miritich. That's his first foul. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Paul George. The Pacers have gone 1 making their previous attempt at the line. Clock management, this is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
And Brooks gets it to go.
How in the world did they let him?
But yeah,
get
I've
that
always
wide
believed
open?
in
The Pacers have gotten 7
kind of my
of the
own
first 10 attempts to fall
personal
so far. Excellent pace
code
over to
is
the wing.
for TV
Moore outside.
for TV shows it's
Feeds it to Miles.
48 hours. For movies I
Brooks
usually
against
give a
Stuckey.
week.
Just 5 to shoot.
But here it's more of an exception because it's holiday time and I know a lot of people
Stolen by
are busy.
Brooks.
So I may give 2 weeks before I say
Miritich
anything.
kicks to Brooks.
But it was a good movie, and I was lucky to avoid spoilers, and no one spoiled it for me, and I don't want
And
to
that's
spoil
not
it
gonna
for
go.
anyone else.
Welcome back to Game 4 as we get ready to start things up again. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And that's what's created a rhythm for them offensively. That's also why you see them knocking.
This is so good that I'll go
jump shot.
probably see it again in a
Rose
week.
is the 1 with Butler is the 2. Patrick Patterson is out there with Mirotic, and it's Noah in at the 5.
The rest of this week is kind of chaotic, but probably next week I'll probably will go see it again.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Bulls delivered quite a performance. He ended with 22 points and, as always, piling up rebound after rebound as well. Just numbers that really jump out at you in a box score.
Oh.
All right, Doris,
You
played at a level that very few players are capable of playing.
And you know, I'll be interested to see how much he's got left in the tank. I mean, that performance had to take a lot out of him.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes supreme confidence can.
My apologies, couldn't hit the
increase your
mute
stamina
button
and
fast enough
endurance.
there.
So I'll be interested to see how that affects his play.
The Bulls making a switch here. Dunleavy's checked in, and the Pacers also making a change. Ellis is checked in. The feed to Dunleavy. Outside Butler. They set the screen. Here's Mirotic. Off target from outside.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamorous stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Oh,
You've got
thought
to
I
be
could
able
get
to
that one
deliver
in there.
When you get a bunny like that, that's just too easy of a shot to miss.
That's good. Rose has got his first points of the game.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and
sorry.
throw your
I
hands
really
up
wish I
at
could
the
find
defender.
some energy right
You
now.
just don't know how to play him.
Hill gets a screen from Moore. Pass to Ellis. There's the dish to Moore. And Miles kicks to Scott. First shot, first basket.
Hey, nice.
Blocks fast. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they.
Team Dynamite for life, the best. Thanks for the follow.
Just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And that's some inspiration. Steals, blocks, and a big dunk. Those are ways that you can really change the momentum in a game.
Well, they got to chip away, Clark, at that deficit, and no doubt that'll help.
And that's what he's out there for, guys. I mean, he is an electrifying player, no doubt.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Pau Gasol is checked in for Noah. Patterson comes in for Mirotic.
Dang it, I should have paused it there.
For Dunleavy. And it's Brooks in for Derrick Rose. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Hill. Freak
Cursed
comes in for
cold.
Scott Hill. He's checked in for Ellis. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for George Hill. Chicago has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
From 15 feet away, good.
Got it.
Another bucket. He's made half a dozen now.
That's
6
my
for
shot.
8 on the night.
There's PG creating for a teammate. Terrific dime drop.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Stuckey against Brooks. This all setting the pick for Brooks. In the corner, it's Patterson. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. On the wing, Hill. 3-pointer. That ball
Nice.
speed that time from George. And it's a 5-point Pacer lead. Brooks.
Woohoo!
Shot is off.
Nice little run there
And
to end the
first half
quarter.
comes to a close. We've got a close.
Skip through this.
Welcome back to our coverage of the NBA Eastern Conference Final as we get things started once again. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
Just a dominating performance in the post by him so far. Just tearing them to shreds when he gets it inside.
Yeah, and getting it to him is the only hard part, fellas. I mean, once he has it, he's automatic. Forget about it. He can
I am a power forward. I guess I could probably flex into center, power forward / center, but primary position is power forward.
Pacers leading by 5 on the court for Indiana. Moore in at power forward. George Hill out there with Ellis. Then it's Hill, and it's George in at the 3 spot.
That was probably my fault. That was not a good place for a screen. Oh, that
To
works.
the inside, and it's Hill. That time the assist by George. Hill's got the lead up to 7 now for Indiana.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second win.
Butler on the wing.
Whoop. Run into my own teammate there.
Slammed home, and he draws for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on.
I don't really want to foul him there.
I mean, taking the
I guess
hit
that
and
works
still
anyway.
able to get that one to go down.
Incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
And so here is Chicago.
Ellis is
Paul
double
George
guarding
able to get his
duties.
shot to go. Can't hit the free throw line jumper.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Hill.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd
Surprised
have
he
to be
took
really
that
good to
shot.
knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense.
There are shots that the computer takes that I'm surprised they do
Left to the wing.
in just about every game. Uh-oh.
Wide open. He shoots. And the call will be against Joakim Noah. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the best shooters during the postseason. Freak number 1. Pacers leading by 5. Hill kicks to Moore. Foul that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Probably should have just backed off and go. Excuse me, gone for a jump shot there.
He's just been impossible to contain. He's been unreal in this game.
Utterly fantastic is how I would categorize that performance, Greg.
He's perfect from the line this time.
And that's the norm for
Make
him.
2 of 2 or 3 of 3.
When he's at the line.
I surprisingly missed that one. I think because I flicked the stick up wrong. And didn't get it straight at an angle.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He told Gasol that he wants their offense to run through him. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you very much.
That's
Almost like
one
Gasol
for
have
the
that
first
rebound.
4 to start the second half.
Right side, George. He's looking for Ellis and finds him. And the Pacers
Oh.
can't get it to go. Bulls trail by 7. Butler dishes to
Heartbreaker
Rose,
shot.
but they recover it.
Probably should have gone in
He's
and boxed
again.
Noah out.
Noah's shot is off.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And the
Nice
basket by
shot.
Hill.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
And here's Rose. George Hill getting it to go from deep. Here's Butler.
Uh-oh.
Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 3 assists tonight.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Now here is Hill.
What is Derrick Rose looking at?
Floats one up, and he lays it up and in.
He's like
Hill's
staring
got the
off
lead
into
back up to
space.
10 now for the Pacers.
You know, the teardrop sometimes is one of those, oh no,
Find the
oh yeah, shots.
hot girl in the crowd.
Outside Rose drills the three-pointer.
The group that the camera guy always finds and focuses in
I'm
on.
not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass it.
Ellis the pass to Moore. And Hill has it in the corner.
What is Rose doing?
And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
Someone spike his Gatorade?
Now Rose.
Of course, he is injured. Maybe he's just a little confused. Still dazed from me laying him out with that screen.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. 5 to shoot. Lets it go from 11. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Gasol's got 12.
Yeah, lucky shot.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Moore against Gasol. Ellis kicks to Hill. Great defense that time from Noah.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Pacers leading by 7. Ellis goes in. Moore outside. Pass to Hill. Rose against Ellis. Here's Moore. Good in the assist.
Got it.
To Ellis.
I don't know if that was going to go in or be short.
Now for Indiana.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Gasol kind of closed in a little bit there. Last time he did that, I ended up missing the shot.
Changes for Chicago. Patterson, he's checked in for
again, I apologize for the
for Dunleavy.
lack of energy and the coughing.
Also making some changes.
I get sinus colds. I get hit hard even in the early on stages.
Subbed in for Monte Ellis. Now here's Gasol. He's got 12.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's face and then go and corral that backboard.
The drive by Hill. No dice from the high post. Bulls trail by 10. This is Demirotic. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Now here is Hill. 7 points in the game. Moore with the bucket.
Keeping my energy up as high as I can.
You gotta keep getting him touches.
Brooks outside. Gasol a screen. Brooks outside.
But also the reason why I'm only doing the sports streams this week.
Down low. Moore.
Nope.
And that's out of bounds. Chicago.
I don't know how I did that. I don't know how I swatted it backwards. Other than using the force. Oh, Mr. Rai, how are you?
Just 2 to shoot. Offensive rebound. Gasol. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it.
I should have gone for the rebound rather than the...
It's starting to look like a repeat of last night, guys. He's battling
rather
really
than the
out there.
block there.
9 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Stuckey gets a screen from Moore. Off the pick. Cannot hit. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Hello and thanks for joining us.
I
The fourth
hate
quarter
being
of
so.
play should begin momentarily.
Especially 3 days before
Bulls
Christmas.
trail by 7. Butler team to Dunleavy on the perimeter. Mirotic is out there with Patrick Patterson. And it's Brooks in at the 1 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Good work defensively by Stuckey.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Oh,
Scooped up. Shots good by
good cleanup, Turner.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Whoops, I ran too far.
Mirotic's shot is off.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
Ellis dishes to Moore. Back to Ellis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Indiana needs to get a shot off.
Ooh, that was ugly.
Chicago trailing here.
Thought I had more time than that to take a better looking shot.
And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And again, no good by Chicago.
Kevin,
I guess I was horribly wrong.
But they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
Now here's Ellis. And he gets the friendly.
Good move. Good move.
And it's an 11-point Pacer lead.
He hasn't really done much on the offensive end, but he's worked within the team concept to help them get the lead. He's done some other things other than scoring to help his team get the lead here.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
I wish it wouldn't come out of a timeout. It wouldn't start me like on the bench. Yeah, standing next to the guy I'm supposed to be guarding would be a good place to start.
But we have got to take control of this thing. We'll see if he lit a fire under.
Guess I'm supposed to move him there.
George. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Hill has the open look. A shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 4th assist in this one.
That's why we're one of the best three-point shooting teams in the league. So many dangerous shooters.
Not lacking in confidence, and I really like that. Sometimes you see teams get concerned.
Oh, can't give up an and one there.
Not to lose. Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
Now, here's George.
I
Sublime
sort of
stuff,
helped
guys.
out with the screen there.
Absolutely sublime.
I didn't really get done leaving at all, but I forced them to take the long way around.
How it goes. Once they get that lead, it's almost like they give him free reign.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Now here's Ellis. And there's the 3-second call. This
Aha!
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring.
Got him with the
Pacers.
screen
They
glitch.
keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
It's been a hot shooting night for them, too. I mean, they've hit a lot of those mid-range jump shots.
And he shows the focus.
Where was
there,
I running
nails
to?
the technical.
I'm gonna go kick Benny the Bull in the face.
Patience. Patience. Taking early threes is leading to
Run up and just
rebounds
drop
and
kick 'em.
transition points. Make the defense move.
For no reason.
Ask a good shot for a great shot. Let the game come to you. We're forcing the issue too much.
And just about 3 minutes through the 4th quarter here. There's the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Can't capitalize on the good pick.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down.
I don't know if
They'll take
that's
that
exactly the
every
shot we
single
wanted.
time,
I wouldn't
Greg.
go
That's
that
good
far.
offense.
Ooh.
Now here's Rose. And it's sent back by Hill.
That was not going to end well for Rose no matter what.
Hill against Mirotic. And Moore kicks to Hill. And the officials will call the screen right there.
No, that's a close call there.
Stepping
on
too
the
much
illegal
into
screen.
that one.
But I'd go along with it, Greg. I mean, it didn't look like his feet were set to me.
Al Gasol is checked
I don't
in
think
for
my
Mirotic.
feet were set either.
Outside Rose. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Misses from short range.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great
too
game.
much dribbling.
Strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time. Excellent game we've seen from Derrick Rose. 12 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on
I thought
the
I
board.
could get the block there. Just wasn't in good enough position to do
Try
so.
to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. That's 12 points for Hill.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He's jumped center stage now.
Outside Rose. The kick outside to Butler.
Uh-oh.
Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. And it's 8 points for Butler.
All right, come on now.
Simply living and dying from behind the arc in the second half.
Let's not fall apart
I don't think
here.
that's the way to go here. They're trailing. The three-point shot can be used. They've got to balance it out.
Now here's Ellis. To the paint. Here's George.
And really the
Ooh.
defense
All
foul
right.
there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly
Hello,
what
Mr.
you need
Graves
to do.
Slice.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off from giving the layup. Much better off making him go to the line. They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half, it's been nothing but success for them there.
Yeah, taking full advantage from the charity stripe. They've yet
Ah,
to
you
miss
gotta hit
here
your free
in the
throws.
second.
Rose dishes to Dunley. Goes up on the wing. Rose can't hit. Pacers leading by 10.
And just not much more you can say, guys. It's the end of the line for one team and a hard-fought, well-deserved trip to the NBA Finals for Indiana.
Two great rebounding teams, Clark.
Yeah, and these guys just worked a little bit harder tonight. That was the
Sort
end.
of
That was needed.
original.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was. Poor Freak.
I mean,
He
the
was
computer
really important
generated
under the basket,
trades
making
in
the plays
game.
down low and
But
getting
for the
position
most
to
part, a
pull
lot
and
of them
rebound.
are the same
Here's Hill.
core
following the
team.
score by Derrick Rose. Moore passes to Hill. Back to Moore. Screen by Ellis. And Moore kicks to Ellis. They get it again. Here's Hill. Here's Moore. Just couldn't take the lid off there.
Comedy of errors.
Well, the combat
This
goals
is
are
the
out
Eastern
window
Conference
now, I think it's
Finals.
safe to say.
Yeah, it's a done deal. It's wrap time for this group.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside, George. It's back to Hill. They set the pick. Freak sets a screen for Hill. Good.
Well, guys,
Sure, why
they
not?
came in here and really took charge from the opening tip. This is such
Yeah,
a
I
tough
mean,
thing to
you know,
do for a visiting
in-game
team.
simulations,
This contest was played on their
computer
turf.
made some
And, you know, that's
trades.
not
I
the
mean,
way
I
it
think the
usually
only
works in
really
the
major
NBA. It's
difference
gonna be a great win, and you know it's going to be a happy plane ride out of
between
here,
these
for
two
sure.
teams would be
That's
that
it.
Patrick
They've won the
Patterson
series.
plays on the
And
Bulls.
you can see the elation on their faces. I mean, not just happiness, but pure
there he is right
excitement and
there.
joy to be headed
Other
to
than
the
that, both
NBA
these
Finals.
teams pretty
A
much
tremendous
haven't changed at
opportunity
all.
Now just 4 wins away from a championship.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
actually a
close.
Bulls
I mean,
fan.
They can practically taste it right now, but it's not going to be easy. Those next 4 wins.
I just got
are gonna
drafted
be
by the
most
Pacers and
difficult of
just-
the season if they
I mean,
can
this
get
is
it.
only year
But
2
no
of my
matter what
career.
happens, I think the accomplishment of winning the conference championship is something
They offered
this
me the better
franchise
deal to stay
and its fans
around.
will always remember.
Yeah, Eastern Conference champs. Oh, I need a tissue.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
2 teams, only 1 ring. Welcome to the finals on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith here to tip off the final chapter in this year's NBA story. It's game 1 of the finals. And the series being hosted in Indianapolis for tonight's game, as the Pacers will be going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. Well, for New Orleans, after a 6-game series in the conference finals, they now turn to the task at hand. One more team standing between them and an NBA championship. And here we go, the NBA Finals. 2 contenders, only one will hoist the championship trophy. Kenny, you've been in this position before. What are your nerves like at this point?
You know what? You're a little exhausted, Ernie, from everything that led up to this, but you're also rejuvenated because you know you just got one matchup left.
And this is everything you work for the whole season. You're here on a mission, and the mission's not complete until you get it done.
And now we send you out to Kevin Harlan as they get ready for the opening tip.
Connections to be made. I don't know how much of this has actually gone through because I realized I think I was still muted.
A lot of game to play for. And I'll tell you one thing, this team ain't going down easy.
Yeah, well, we're going to battle for sure.
But yeah, anyway, the 2K games aren't bad. I enjoy them. And the career mode is basically pretty self-explanatory. Just you create a player, you know, your own personal self, and you live out the life of an NBA player. Draft, as I mentioned, connections, endorsements.
Biggest stage, the NBA Finals. It begins here.
Basically, simulated life of being an NBA All-Star.
This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. You'll see the New Orleans Pelicans facing the Indiana Pacers. You look at Indiana, they're the top seed, possessing home court advantage, and they're looking to.
I realized I forgot to unmute myself after I blew my nose.
And home court in the NBA Finals, no small feat. I mean, they put
So I
themselves in
looked
a
down
strong
and realized
position.
that the mute button was still on.
They can come to play.
So I'll
and
just
respond
quickly explain
tonight.
things again.
No time for butterflies, guys. They've got to show why they're the top seed.
Exactly. Home court advantage means nothing, Greg, if you squander it away early in a series. I'm not saying that'll happen here, but nothing is easy when you're in the NBA Finals.
Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Pondexter and Davis fill up the forward slots. Holiday and
Hello,
Evans
Jose.
comprise the backcourt. And it's Gortat in at the 5, patrolling the pace. Let's go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Alvin Gentry.
We talked about game 1 and what it would mean to take it on the road. He said we're up against the best their conference has to offer. Taking this first game on the road would be a huge victory for us, but more importantly, we have to show them we're
Davis
going to
must be a
fight
little
them
banged
every
up.
step of the way. Gentlemen.
Thanks, Doris.
Not that I mind, makes my life easier.
And Free gets it to go on the assist from Monte Ellis.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
Holiday with it. He's picked up by Hill.
Oh, easy, me.
First
Hit a
quarter
patch of
play
ice
with
on the
about a minute
court.
and a half gone. Here's Davis. That doesn't go either for Davis.
It's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
Hill kicks to Ellis. Shot clock at 6. Holiday brings the double team. For 3, Hill. The offensive rebound. Moore.
Get up there.
Touch off the glass. Moore's got 6.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him.
Also,
it's
points
what we
dropped to
expect.
bronze
All
by
his second
opponent.
chance
Oh, he
points
must
do not
have
come by accident.
the
Now here is Holiday.
eraser
It's Davis
badge
on the wing.
like I
Started
have,
by
where it
Hill.
erases
Moore
like the hustle points and
They get it
that,
back. That drops.
or drops them.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. The Pacers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game.
I think it's the eraser that
Hill
drops
dishes to Moore on the wing.
drops the inside shots.
Good on the triple.
Woo!
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just
No, this
here
is just
on their first
against
5 minutes.
AI computer.
And And so he draws the foul on the shot.
I mean, you can take your created character and join online games through like MyPark and that, where you play like 3-on-3. But as for the actual MyCareer mode, all you do is control your character, and just everyone else is controlled by the computer.
Pacers leading by 4. Outside, George. Moore inside.
Get in there.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. It's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. Indiana shooting their first free throw of the night.
Some fantastic numbers for Freak. Already up to 9 points and a block. He's just been everywhere.
He's got his hand in everything going on out there.
Here's Pondexter. Davis.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all if Davis has the eraser badge.
It's rebounded by Indiana.
In fact, I would pretty much expect him to have that.
Now here's Ellis. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter.
Classic teams are basically just to be used in like the quick play and that.
I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Here's Indiana now.
I'm not sure. I don't really do much in the franchise and my GM mode, so I don't know if they can really be used there, maybe in fantasy drafts and that, which some games do allow that.
Well, they've been,
but for the most part, they're there just for quick play if you just want to play a game and not do any of the modes, you know, MyCareer, MyGM, anything like that.
Nice dime drop there from Holiday. Excellent awareness.
Indiana leading by 6. Hill gets a screen from Moore. And Davis.
Gotta wait a second. When you're shorter than Anthony Davis, probably not a good idea to try to shoot over.
He's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
Indiana making some changes.
Yeah, they've added quite a few
Hill comes in for George.
Historic teams into this.
For Monte Ellis. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for
Carlos Boozer.
Boozer comes in for Davis. Anderson, he's checked in for Quincy Pondexter. And it's Livingston in for Tyreek Evans. Now here's Stuckey. 5 on the clock. And Moore kicks to Stuckey. And the Pacers another 3.
Oh, this is the kind of start they want.
Hello, Risconics.
Yeah, shots falling. Off to a very good start offensively.
Yep, I looked over.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
Now here's Stuckey.
Nice reverse layup.
Coming off the pit. Stuckey's got 5 points so far.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside.
Carlos Boozer.
Holiday goes in, and that one's good. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for George Hill. For New Orleans, they have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game. 50 seconds left here in the first quarter. Stuckey against Holiday. Stuckey dishes to Moore.
Boozer switched to me. Oh, Turner.
Cole's checked in for Drew Holiday.
I should have just fired that. Boozer gonna do block my shot.
In the opening quarter. Here's Cole.
Old man can barely get off his feet anymore.
Livingston kicks to Boozer. The rebound by Turner.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Moore with
there's a nice little easy fast break score.
On the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Here is Livingston. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure.
Yeah, pass it to Boozer. Let him take a three-pointer.
He feeds it to Anderson. Shoots a fader, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter.
Yeah, they've done a great job in mocapping players and the way they shoot. I mean, they do a pretty good job on Joakim Noah's jumper as well.
Both these teams battled hard to win their conference. We asked Freak about the importance of winning. You know, Clark,
I guess I could have actually listened to that. Oh well.
You've got to squeeze in some
Not like we're going to miss plot points. Ow.
I mean, you've got to take your work seriously and get ready for the next step. And I think they know how to prepare. They know if they win the finals, they can celebrate all summer long. So that's got to be the motivation.
And welcome back to our presentation of the NBA Finals as we get going again. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring.
I didn't think that was
a lot of success
yeah,
from mid-range
okay.
so far for them, guys. If nothing else works, they can always fall back on the jump shot.
Also, guys, the passing has
No,
been
it shouldn't,
terrific in the
but
first half.
he does have a jumper.
With all those assists.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Pelicans. Anthony Davis is out there with
It's not a pretty looking thing.
Then there's Anderson.
It
then there's
somehow
Tyreek
works.
Evans, and it's Cole in at the point guard. Ellis comes in for C.J. Miles, and George Hill's subbed in for Rodney Stuckey. The Pelicans also changing it up. Gortat's checked in for Alexis Ajinça. Pondexter comes in for Ryan Anderson, and it's Drew Holiday in for Norris Cole. Evans attacking. Gortat with the screen for Holiday. And it's Ellis.
There we go.
Boy, I tell you what, guys.
Holiday hits the layup with 5 people guarding him. Misses that one.
That one's good.
Wide open.
8-point Pacer lead.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any.
I guess tornado shot is a good way to describe it.
See that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Here's Davis. Yes, and a nice
I was out of position on that one.
And that's now 7 points for Anthony Davis.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Moore passes to Ellis. Shot clock at 5. And Davis sends it back. Evans kicks to Holiday. The dish to Davis. Holiday against Hill.
Again, probably not a good idea to
Lead pass was put in
try to
just
shoot
the right
over
spot.
Anthony Davis.
And now just a 4-point Pacer lead. Pacers
Right, we need to
have gone
score
2
some
of 4
points
shooting the
here.
ball here in the second. Hill dishes to Moore. He kicks to Scott. Shoots the 3.
Okay, that's not the shot I would have taken.
Have gone 4 of 6 in the field here in the second. Pondexter the pass to Holiday. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7.
Oh,
Indiana's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter.
Well, then I guess that makes a lot of
They
sense.
set the screen, and it's Hill penetrating, and a wide open look for Freak. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Moore's got 14 points for the game. Pelicans trailed by 5.
Sometimes I think, I believe that Scott is Josh Smith 2.0. Thinks he can shoot 3-pointers and yet doesn't hit them. Notice him do that a couple times in this game.
And on the screen now is the 2K leaderboard with the rundown of this postseason's assist leaders. You take a look at Holiday, one of the best passers
Westbrook,
in the NBA,
14 assists per
working to get his
game.
teammates involved. And of course, George Hill, even more impressive.
Well, for these two, the bright lights and the extra attention and intensity of the postseason doesn't do anything to affect their concentration. Both of these guys always seem to get the ball to the right man at the right time.
And it's
I would have preferred going with a left-handed layup there, but okay.
Hill, he's checked in for Indiana. The Pelicans also changing it up. Boozer comes in for Gortat, and it's Livingston in for Tyreek Evans. Off the inbound, they get it back.
Oh.
Here's Scott, and he banks in the layup.
And that's the battle.
Scott's
They
not a
haven't
bad
been
inside
won.
player and a
Their
mid-range
work on the
guy.
glass
Like
has
I
been
said,
porous,
sometimes he just
and that's got to
likes
change.
to jack up
Yeah, no
3-pointers
question
for
about
no
it.
good reason.
They're looking to battle back. That's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Here's the screen. Livingston kicks to Davis. Rebounded by Moore. Moore's got his
There's
tonight.
Hill.
Outside Hill. It's back to Hill. Indiana moving the ball around.
Give me the ball. I got old man Boozer on me. Ah, I couldn't get it back out to Ellis. I saw like double team coming.
Here's Holiday. Pacers.
Livingston was the one that got me there.
Hill dishes to Ellis. At the elbow, it's Freak. The drive.
Oh, perfect cut.
The layup goes down. Hill's got the lead up to 9 now for the Pacers. The Pelicans have gotten just over.
I haven't really played any NHL games recently, so.
It's thrown by Hill. And a fast break now for the Pacers.
I really have nothing too much to judge on there. But the 2K games have always been very solid and are usually pretty good year in, year out.
The first one falls. Indiana making some changes. Turner's checked in for Scott. C.J. Miles comes in for Monte Ellis. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for George Hill. New Orleans also making some changes. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Davis. Anderson comes in for
I've always been a fan of 2K basketball games.
Screen by Boozer.
I think they always do a really good job.
To stop the drought. And it comes off the front of the rim.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Stuckey outside. Stuckey gets a screen from Moore. And the shot is good.
There you go.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top.
Well,
Yep,
it's EA. EA rarely gets things right.
If that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Anderson. And he gets it to go from the
good
corner.
job leaving Anderson wide open. He's not a mid-range to three-point specialist at all.
Get it there.
The shot by Turner, no good.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
And so that brings the first half to a close.
Yes, guys, I'm here with...
And we welcome you back to the presentation of Game 1. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go?
That's why I've always, you know, and
shot selection
I've seen gameplay and screen caps of live that haven't really made me want to play it, but it's one of the reasons why I always stick with 2K games, because I know they're going to be good, or at least somewhat good. I've played enough Madden in my life to know that sometimes EA sports games are a little rough around the edges.
Lets it go with a 3. The shot is off. And Indiana
guess I must have played good enough defense to spook him. And one.
Firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat.
Thank
folks.
you,
They've
Pondexter.
been more determined than their opponent thus far.
Pelicans trail by 14. Evans outside. Davis kicks to
Wasn't too smart following the best free throw shooter in the entire league.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And the first one drops. The Pacers making a switch.
I guess I could shake the screen.
And both free throws good for Evans.
Scott's getting a lot of playing time in this game.
Here's George, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading.
Oh, maybe it was Jordan Hill they were talking about that got injured. Oh, Hill's played, though. Huh. Interesting.
Didn't even have to break stride.
Never seen Scott play this much.
Holiday against Hill. Evans, right side. Feeds to Davis. Yes, assist from Evans.
No one picked up the trailer.
Here tonight.
And that's why it's so important.
Should have been my responsibility
really
anyway.
Team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Ellis kicks to Moore. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Almost missed that.
Guys among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says thank you very much and sails in for the flush.
And those
probably wouldn't have worked if Anthony Davis himself wasn't injured.
Is what it is.
Wonder what's wrong with him. Just out of curiosity. Lower back bruise day today. Okay.
We gotta be more physical on defense.
Turner's checked in for Mike Scott.
Way too easy. Get into them on the perimeter.
I guess I could slow you down a little bit.
It's Davis with the drive. It's rebounded by Indiana. Ellis has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor.
I didn't even see what happened there. Apparently we all I know, we turned the ball over.
Strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Indiana leading by 12. Pass to Moore. Evans against Ellis. Back to Moore.
Ooh,
that's his 9th field goal of the
that
contest.
was almost blocked.
A blistering hot 9 for 11.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Here's Davis. Number 6 from him in the contest.
I gave him the
6
inside,
for 12.
the baseline
His
pass.
ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Hill dishes to Moore. It's back to Hill. Beyond the arc. And Davis
too bad he couldn't hit that.
To put it, just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Holiday goes in, and that one's good.
All right.
Gortat's got his 2nd basket of the game.
I give props to you, Gortat. Tough shot to hit.
Here's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the best shooters during the postseason. You look at Freak, leading the league in field goal percentage.
Of course.
He always gets good looks. And, of course, Alexis Ajinça, a little bit ahead of him.
Well, these two guys are consistent producers. I mean, they've had excellent playoff runs so far. The crowds get louder, and on every shot, it's got to be hard to maintain your concentration, but these guys find a way to do it.
Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Ellis. And then for New Orleans, Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Gortat. Anderson comes in for Quincy Bonnett.
Oh, nice charging foul.
Livingston in for Drew Holiday.
Sometimes I really wish the computer would understand that, you know, when a guy's a foot and a half taller than you, probably not a good idea to try to shoot over him.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Boozer's checked in.
Boozer.
Left side, Turner. Indiana again missing. Pelicans trail by 10. Livingston kicks to Boozer. Teardrop shot. Livingston, that's good.
Fantastic.
All right, we're going to pull ourselves back together here.
With their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Hill kicks to Moore. 1:46 left to play in the 3rd. Turner passes to George. And the rejection by Evans.
Come on, bounce in there. There we go.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him. Because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work them over the rest of the game.
Boozer is spinning on Hill.
Oh, I can't even laugh at that coffee.
Livingston
Thank you,
dishes to
sickness.
It's stolen by
Boozer
Hill.
setting the screen on Livingston. That was great.
And George kicks to Stuckey. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And George kicks to Moore.
Whoa.
Back to George.
Oh, that nice open shot for George. Is it going to bounce in? And no.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one. Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Come on, there we go.
27 points for Freak.
He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this high.
Boozer up top. He's guarded by Moore. Boozer passes to Livingston. Anderson dishes to Ajinça. No good. Hill with some nice
no
deal.
good at all.
And George kicks to Hill. Fires from 18. Rob.
Oh, Turner.
Livingston. Shot is off.
Funk.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Pacers lead by 10. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports.
Yay! I want my fantasy football semifinal game. Into the finals I go.
The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. A moment now to reset the lineups brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. So for New Orleans right now,
pass it to Davis.
And Davis fill up the forward slots. Norris Cole is out there with Holiday, and it's Gortat in at the 5 down low. Miles the pass to Ellis. And good.
All right, he was wide open too.
Right down through the net.
Some good options
really
there.
Looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Davis. And 2 free throws coming up as he drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Good game for Davis. 13 points.
Earthquake
today too. And they've been important to the team. Even if it's only a couple, it's helped them establish a defensive presence inside.
And both free throws good for Davis.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit.
Okay, that momentum almost dangerously took me backcourt. Oh,
Pelicans trail by 10.
Too much topspin on that ball.
And it's Cole missing.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover.
Maybe it was backspin. Too much spin in general.
And it's Ellis penetrating to the middle. Hill dishes to Moore. Gortat with the defensive
okay, I don't know why I went towards the basket.
And pushing it up. Here's New Orleans. Holiday is running.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
I shouldn't have tried that.
Holiday against Ellis. And
Gortat wasn't there, that would have worked.
Davis, the pass to Holiday. Dishes to Pondexter. Just 5 to shoot. The wide open look here for Holiday. Another miss by Holiday.
I guess even
okay. Good offensive possession here.
Indiana moving the ball around. Knocked loose.
Whoa.
Moore dishes to Hill. Feeds it to Hill. The drive by Ellis. The 17-footer. And good.
Ooh,
that time as it
a lucky bounce there.
And that's now 29 points for Freak.
When you get traded to Boston and they start chanting MVP in the first game.
some information for us, Doris.
I was able to
that's a roster that I
had to say to
don't
the
know if
team.
I can actually
He let
name
his
a
players know that they've got to
true
do a better job
superstar
on
off of that
defense. He
team.
said, they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
And thanks for that story, Doris.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number one right now.
Oh, he moved.
On the
Oh,
inside.
got it in there.
And he gets it to go.
And the deeper we get into this game,
I guess
it
for
seems
Boston,
like the
probably
more
Isaiah
the
Thomas would be the
offenses are
closest.
in
I have to look at
Without
their
question,
roster
I mean,
again.
Both of these teams are firing on full broadband bandwidth. I mean, full throttle ahead. It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort
Ooh.
overall.
And Norris Cole is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, I would say, you know, that's sounds
Yeah,
like
it looks
a
like it. I mean,
good
he
fit there for
kinda
Boston.
slid underneath as he got to the spot too.
George is checked in for the Pacers. Hill comes in for C.J. Miles. And
Yeah,
New
tell you
Orleans
what,
also
you
making a change.
have plenty of
Evans
room to
is
become a
checked in.
superstar.
Here's more. Ellis in the post, covered by Evans, and he gets it to go. 9 points for Ellis.
An easy
Another
spot
gap
to
in the
get
defense found
minutes
there,
in.
And they've really had their number today.
And with that shot, the Indiana lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket
That's why I
from
just
Davis.
kind of stuck with
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to
Indiana
help this team,
because
but he's gonna
they
have to do
have,
more
you know,
if they wanna have a
superstar.
chance to get back
Paul
in.
George, no doubt in my mind, a great basketball
And
player.
there's the call. It's
Ah,
gonna be an illegal screen.
moving too much.
And the idea of setting a screen on that play was right, but just poor execution.
Yeah, it just can't be a hard
But
screen at all
as
costs.
for
There is
power
a
forwards
legality
and
to how you
centers, they
set
didn't
a
really
screen,
have a
so
star
you
in
gotta
that
be inside of
position,
both
and it was a
lines,
place
legal
where
and hard.
I had,
Stuckey's
you know,
checked in for the Pacers.
good players in
And Holiday kicks to Davis.
the backcourt / the small forward, the one
the
front
wing,
court
Davis.
spot.
And that one hits back out.
But I had room to
Indiana
take
lead by
over
10. Moving it up.
in the 4 and
And
5
there's the whistle,
spots.
fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Having other good players, you know, like Monte Ellis, George Hill, and Paul George there.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far.
But outside
for
of
the
that,
Pacers.
not
Guys,
really
the passing
having any
we've seen from
power
them has
forwards
been
or
tremendous.
centers.
Very unselfish.
And also,
Yeah.
their mid-range
Well, it's a
game has
good
been
place to
impressive. A
stay.
tough shot to rely upon, but they really had it going tonight.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's a lot of fun. I mean, my guy, you know,
No good on the
plays a
second free
lot
Looking
like
at the numbers for Rodney Stuckey.
I guess
He's got
you'd
8
say
points,
Kevin
and
Love.
He's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
And really any kind of power forward, like a
A lot of times,
little
he
bit
can
of a
get high
Ryan
and
Anderson
stay
mixed
high
in there,
from beyond.
where my mid-range and outside game is stronger than inside.
Guys, a good chance. for
Oh,
them to
I would
slow
say
it
my
down.
primary
you
spot
gotta
is
use the clock
mid-range.
Hill
I'm a
passes
decent
the ball.
outside shooter, but I'm not the best.
Holiday against Hill. He dishes it to Hill. The shot is off.
Oh,
And no
just couldn't get it.
excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement.
Guess
and
I'm not too
communication.
far off from Anthony Davis either.
We've got 120.
Oh, good, well-rounded power forward.
Hill dishes to Moore, and courts out over to help.
Oh, I didn't see him tied up.
And here are the Pelicans now. Pelicans trail by 7. And Evans gets it to go on the assist by Holiday.
I'm running out
Holiday's
of
got
gas
10
here.
assists here tonight. So active.
Call timeout and get some Gatorade. Yeah, the way I've always designed power forwards is to be more mid-range shooters. I mean, I like playing in the post too, but I also like knocking down open jump shots. Okay, I guess we're taking another timeout. Now, I like to create my characters to be pretty well balanced, but I always seem to go for mid-range jumpers over inside scoring first.
1:09 left in the fourth quarter. And Moore kicks to Hill.
Always love running the pick and pop.
Hill gets a screen from Moore. The drive by Hill loses the defender with the screen.
Wow, he actually got a shot over
and the Pacers
Davis. I was surprised.
Got time. Don't have to isolate immediately.
Yeah, and see, in real life, I always like to hit jumpers. I actually had a pretty decent jump shot at one point.
Here's Holiday. Here's Davis. Goes up again. And
I mean, I played on a small varsity high school, high school varsity team.
So he'll head to the free throw line.
But coach said I had one of the best looking and most natural jumpers.
Yes, they are. If they come away with points on this trip, Katie barred the door.
At least jumper forms, that is.
Outside, George. Pocket 6. Freak sets a screen for George. Indiana needs to get a shot off.
And one. Oh.
Foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that.
Uh-oh, I may have run out of boost. Or I could be tired too. That could be another reason.
That will add to a healthy lead after that trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, jump shot that releases at the side of your head. Yeah, that does fit in with Boston. Yeah, I just had kind of a slower release. My form was good. My release could have been quicker in high school. I don't play much anymore other than an occasional pickup game here and there.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
I tell you what, he clearly
my knees got pretty messed up in high school.
Straight to the bench.
And that's an intentional foul.
My back didn't fare too well either. So for the sake of my health, I gotta stop playing competitively.
And that makes it a 7-point lead.
Before I wound up in a wheelchair or with some kind of walking assistance at age 35.
So it's Indiana picking up the win. Pretty good feeling, right?
Even though I'm not that old yet. But just saying, before, when I get to that age, having to have some kind of walking assistance.
The 2K
also didn't want to have knee surgery in my 20s or 30s either.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game.
Yeah, I had a friend who shot in a unique way. It was sort of like a Joakim Noah shot, but that's just how he grew up. Same thing with you. That's how he grew up shooting. It was comfortable to him. And people tried to change it, just didn't. It's just what he was comfortable with.
Combine his smarts with the fact that he lives and breathes.
And I always say, if it works, it works. Maybe it's a little ugly. Like I said,
he stepped up.
Joakim Noah's shot was ugly. Sean Marion had an ugly-looking shot, but it worked for him.
Baby, he was the star.
Larry Bird's shot wasn't the prettiest either.
NBA Finals coverage for Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you.
Yeah, I like how they had the post-game show too, Tyler. I think I like this edition. They added it last year, but kept it just for like franchise mode. I was glad to see that they added a pre- and post-game show to MyCareer as well. I think it's really helped overall with kind of the look and the feel of the game. Okay, yeah, I know Michael Rudd. Typical white guy. But yeah, if you understand the knee problems, you know where I'm at. Yeah, I just didn't. I was lucky that I never tore anything. I sprained them a lot in high school, but I was lucky I never tore anything. And that's kind of another reason why I kind of stopped playing competitively. It's like I made it this far with just sprains. I don't want to push it anymore.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Said I didn't want to just have knee surgeries in my 20s and 30s. I'm probably, it wouldn't surprise me somewhere down the road, maybe later, 50s or so, I may have to have knee surgery.
And the series being hosted in Indianapolis for tonight's game, as the Pacers will be going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. Well, for the Pelicans, unable to steal a road win in Game 1, they'll look to even the series tonight. A win here would go a long way to erasing the bitter taste from their mouths. And coming into Game 2 after dropping Game 1 of the finals, do you think that they can come back in this series, Shaq, even if they don't even it up with a win tonight?
You know, I think if they lose this game, they can still win the series. However, the odds of them winning the series with a loss tonight.
No, what don't you like about the post-game show?
Well, this is a game, Ernie, where they need to send a message. That's it. You know, it's not a must-win, but they definitely need to get the momentum and change that. So you don't have to definitely win, but you have to send that message.
That will do it for us. Kevin Harlan standing by with the call. We will see you later on.
Yeah. It doesn't seem that long to me, but yeah, that's just me. And skip through it as well, too. I guess that's why they added the skippable option, in case people don't like it. I mean, everyone has their own opinion. Yeah, they do get repetitive.
Finals, baby. This is what it's all about.
I usually just skip to the part where they show my highlights and then skip past that.
On the court. All right? Let's play into that final buzzer go off. Let's walk away with a W, baby. Let's go.
You can taste the excitement here.
Yeah, see that, Mr. Rai, that's exactly how I was. Became afterwards. Like I said, understand the resting of the knees, and I don't blame you for that.
This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. You look at Indiana.
And I probably could have done a lot more resting in high school. I played a lot of games with a knee brace. But, like I said, I went to a small private high school, and for our varsity team, we had, well, my junior year we had 6, my senior year we had 7. So, resting wasn't really much of an option unless I really wanted to hurt my team.
Games 3 and 4 won't be nearly as nerve-wracking if they get it done here today.
In terms of depth and player-wise. I poured my heart and soul into that team. We weren't very good, but I went out there and played 100% every game, even if I wasn't feeling 100%. Oh! Excuse me. Yeah, the pregame ones are funny. Those guys are funny in general, too. I love Shaq, Kenny, and Ernie. Of course, I wish Charles would have been in there as well, but maybe they'll add him next year. Last year just had Shaq and Kenny, or Shaq and Ernie.
They set the pick wide open.
They're just slowly adding the panel each year.
I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Evans passes to Gortat, and that one goes long.
Who the heck is this number 8 guy that is starting now? He wasn't in the last
match on Wednesday.
And what got them that win was the remarkable success they had from the floor. I mean, just a tremendous shooting performance all the way around.
Hey, you can't expect that kind of shooting to happen all the time.
Yeah, I think it's just height, weight.
Feel good and look good.
I think are all a bunch of factors into, yeah, bigger men having knee problems, because that's what I was. I was a big guy. I still am a big guy.
Shot clock at 5. And he gets it to
I
go.
think it's a big guy curse. We're more prone to knee problems.
Now here is Hill. He feeds it to Moore. It's back to Hill. Over in the corner, Ellis. Beyond the arc, and that is good. Ellis has got himself.
Okay, seriously, who's this number 8 guy? I need to go find this out. Luke Babbitt. Wonder why he didn't play in the last game. Interesting. Interesting choice for a starter. I think I recognize the name, but doesn't play that much.
A lot of times in the first quarter, it will dictate how big a role a player has.
Yeah, once I saw the name, I realized who it was.
New Orleans moving it around. It's Davis with
Still an interesting choice for a starter.
No way to mess that one up, Kevin. I mean, he powered it down with both hands.
Not this guy. He is a superb finisher.
And when he gets near the hoop, guys, he is a tour de force.
Now here is Hill.
I guess they wanted more three-point shooters to counteract our three-point shooting.
For New Orleans, they've gone 50%
that would make sense.
At this point, 4 of 8. Passes it to Holiday. Davis with a screen on Hill. Here's Holiday. And you can go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy do. Very, very well done.
Turner's checked in for Indiana. The Pelicans also changing it up. Alexis Ajinça comes in for Gortat. And it's Anderson in for Luke Babbitt. Now here's Moore. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
I guess I'll pass it to Ellis.
Tries from 16. George.
Wow, we cannot hit anything
It's not a
here.
sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
There's a good screen. Holiday dishes to Ajinça. Back to Holiday. Lets it go from deep.
Oh, that's Anderson wide open. Good thing he missed that.
Didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Hill kicks to Moore. Plenty of space. Good. The assist goes to Hill.
Yeah, I love the communication.
Love setting those hard screens.
New Orleans in the lead. Holiday, the pass to Davis.
They're even more fun to do in real life. I did that a couple times in high school.
And there's a minute 45 left to play in the first quarter. Outside, George.
Lay a guy out flat because he doesn't know the screen's
George
coming.
gets a screen from Moore. And George, here we go.
Ugh.
A good advantage of that screen.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
We're playing too much on the perimeter. Let's look to dump the ball inside.
Here's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the best shooters during the postseason. You look at Freak, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks. And, of course, Alexis is just ahead of him.
And they've both been extremely hot from the floor. Great timing on their part to get it going in the postseason.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Solomon Hill, he's checked in for George. Rodney Stuckey's subbed in for Ellis. New Orleans also making some changes. Boozer, he's checked in for Davis. Livingston comes in for Tyreek Evans. And it's Norris Cole in for Drew Holiday. 5 on the clock. And it's Cole missing. Pacers have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Now here is Hill. He's tightly guarded. He dishes it to Turner. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Blowing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be.
I realized I was muted again there. Blew my nose and forgot to unmute myself.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Pelicans?
My head is
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high quality
not with
shots
me
in the
fully
paint.
today.
Also, guys,
the sign is cold.
Has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy.
But
with all those
what I
assists.
was saying there in that muted segment was
at the foul line.
Screen by Boozer.
when my point guards I played with would be struggling bringing up the ball up the court because of some heavy press defense. I would always set screens for them to free them up so they get the ball up the court. And I would tell them as well to look out for me and that I would set screens. And
that assist got him a little nod.
I remember one time where I did that and the opposing team's defender ran into me at like a full head of steam, and no one on his team bothered to warn him that I was setting the screen, and he basically ran into a brick wall.
Great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty.
And as he's sitting there flat on the ground, he looks back towards his teammates and kind of yells, you know, warning next time.
That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And that concludes the first quarter.
That was hilarious.
Welcome back to our coverage of the NBA Finals. More action.
I did that a couple other times as well. No one on the other team bothered to warn their own teammate about what was coming. Next thing he knew, he was running into me and falling to the ground.
Let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and
I do miss playing basketball competitively, but instead for the sake of my own health, decided to stop.
Then it's Gortat, and there's Davis, and it's Babbitt in at the small forward spot. Out that one, the Indiana lead has been cut down to 5 on the bucket from Livingston. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pelicans had a huge
Yeah, I think my screens, some of them ended up being unintentionally dirty.
From both the field and the foul line. Just numbers that really jump out at you.
Just because of the way the guy ran into me. I got called for a moving screen on one of them because the guy ran into me so hard that it actually knocked me back a step.
That's what the truly great ones are capable of doing.
I just kind of looked at the ref and just went about my way.
That's asking an awful lot of one guy.
Ooh.
Get it to go. And New Orleans
Very often I miss that shot.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Here's Babbitt. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Here's Davis. Here's Gortat. And he gets
couldn't get around him.
Enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box.
Yeah, I never did anything like throwing a leg out on the screen and
You got
that.
to get your body between that other player and the ball.
We got it.
Yeah, Kevin Garnett can cause some frustration.
Hitting them on the perimeter. Posts.
1:22 left in the first half of basketball. And Holiday kicks to Ajinça. They set the pick. Here's Anderson. And again, New Orleans has no up.
Well, it's just
Doesn't surprise me at all that if you kind of play with the same attitude,
Passes to Hill.
he'd cause some frustrations on the court.
And it's Hill penetrating.
Oh, nice open
Down he
lane.
goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4. Guys back and forth.
Oh, man.
Well, 5 lead
You have a
chances early on,
strange
guys,
sense
as
of
we
idols.
grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
And the shot is good.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
There's 39 seconds left in the second quarter. Moore dishes to Hill. Back to Moore. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding.
But of course,
And guys, this game won't
I
be
grew up
close for long if they
as a
keep giving
Bulls
up
fan,
dunks
so I was
like that.
basically bred to hate Hill Lambier.
Letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
Here's Moore. After Drew Holiday's score, Hill kicks to Hill. Inside, here's Moore. Takes it up.
Getting a couple open dunks here.
And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead.
Too many of those to count. These teams have matched each other shot for shot.
That
play
old
for
Detroit
play.
team,
It has been impressive.
90s and that when he played, were some of the baddest guys
You
around.
can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that.
And they had the nickname Dirty Detroit for a reason.
It's the NBA playoffs. Thanks for joining us as we get back to the action here in this game 2. Marcin Gortat really making a difference here.
Yeah, he's been a revelation tonight, almost scoring at will in that first half.
Really hard to fathom he'll be able
Hill
to
really
keep it up
needs to
for the
learn his
next
lesson
2
about
quarters,
not
but,
trying to
you know,
take
you never
Anthony
know.
Davis on
It
a
could be a
one-on-one.
special night for him.
Moore in at the 4 spot. George Hill out there with Ellis. Then it's Paul George. And it's Hill in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Pacers' foul. The shot by Holiday, no good. Ellis against Evans. Back to Ellis. Takes a 3. And that one's good.
Nice.
Ellis has got his team on the board first here in the second half for Indiana.
That's just run of the mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Evans kicks to Davis.
Oh, whoo, he missed it.
Pacers leading by 4. Down low. Got it.
I should have just
Evans
taken
with the
that
steal.
myself. I made one pass too many
Holiday
there.
against Hill. And Holiday kicks to Davis. Here's Babbitt with the 3. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis
All
has
right,
got
George, I was
3
right there.
assists
There's
in
no
the
need
game.
to come over from Babbitt.
Here are this postseason's dead-eye shooters. These guys have knocked down of shots from downtown. Paul George on top. And Indiana making a change here. Stuckey's checked in. And the Pelicans also making a change. Livingston's checked in. So it's the Pacers now. It's a 1-point game. Outside Hill. Moore outside. In the corner. George with it. 6 on the shot clock. Freak sets a screen for George. He hits the back
Nice.
and sinks the shot. George has got 10 points in the game.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Davis kicks to Babbitt. New Orleans moving the ball around. And yes, sir, that one drops.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
The drive by Hill. There's the dish to Moore. It's in, and he's a very efficient.
Nice
5
easy
for 6 in
layup.
the game.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
It's all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Here is Davis following the basket by Freak. Here's Hill. Drops in the breakaway layup. Now it's a
Very
5-point
nice.
Pacer lead.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to
Hello,
attacking
New
the
Moon.
paint. plain and simple.
Again, I apologize for the lack of energy and the coffee and the blowing in the nose.
Let's get this update now from Doris Burke.
Blasted sinus cold.
I was able to
Curse you, Mother Nature.
Had to say to the team. He told Gortat that he wants their offense to run through him. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. Indiana leading by 3. Stuckey kicks to Moore. Feeds it to Miles. Pass to Stuckey. To the paint. Here's Moore. Basket is good.
I saw something open. I was going to try to get it to Scott, but when I forgot he's actually subbed in at center. A lot of times when he gets subbed in, they'll swap me to center and put him at power forward. Get out there and guard.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Now the pass to George. There's a good screen. Here's Scott. And the Pacers another 3.
Perfect screen. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, he's not a bad shooter from the corners.
The screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Out of bounds.
I still don't exactly like him taking 3-point shots.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
And Indiana making a change here. Turner's checked in. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for the Pelicans. Anderson comes in for Luke Babbitt. Shot clock at 6. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Takes the 13.
Ooh!
Fast break. Here comes Indiana. On up the court.
Oh, Anthony Davis, I'm sorry.
Good on the assist by George.
He's not used to having that done to him.
And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Pacers.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second chance points.
Here's Anderson following the basket by Rodney Stuckey. A shot by Evans, nobody around. And again, no good by New Orleans. Miles the pass to Stuckey. And Tyreke Evans is going to pick up a foul.
He didn't get called for a charge.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break.
Greg, no problem for me.
I guess, yeah, that would make us rivals in terms of favorite teams.
Hill comes in for CJ Miles.
If you're a Boston fan, I'm a Chicago fan.
New Orleans also making some changes. Carlos Boozer's checked in for Anthony Davis, and it's Holiday in for Sean Livingston. Evans against Hill. And with that shot,
those were some fantastic playoff series, though, between those two teams.
That is really poor defensive awareness. I mean, he's one guy you don't want to give any space to. You've got to stay attached and connected.
Ellis can't hit. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. Outside Holiday from the baseline. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Moore's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Doosh.
Stolen by Holiday.
Ellis.
Holiday all alone. And it's good. Holiday's got it.
That's how you make it
signed Larry Bird to a 10-day contract.
And that's how you flip the script in terms of momentum right there.
Ellis outside. Charity stripe shot. And the rebound goes to Boozer. Evans outside. Got it off in time, but it's no good.
I don't know if they're that desperate, though.
The fourth quarter. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. So for New Orleans right now, Holiday
I got out of position because I didn't know where I was.
Is out there with Anderson, and it's Babbitt in at the 3. Indiana's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. They set the pick, the drive by Hill, and that one's good.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Bulls just need to fire their entire front
Evans
office.
outside. He kicks to Holiday. Now the feed to Anderson. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
That coverage is just too weak. I mean, heading down the stretch, that sort of defensive lapse can cost you a game.
Hill dishes to Moore. Elbow shot is on the way. It's
Oh.
by New Orleans.
It's good recovery defense. I was not expecting.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Anderson kicks to Babbitt. There's a screen by Gorton. Babbitt passes to Evans. 5 to shoot. To tie it up. Rebounded by Moore. Moore's got 8 rebounds in this game. Holiday against Hill.
Boston is still somewhat in a rebuilding.
Kicks it to Moore. All alone. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got 6 assists here tonight.
I love his shot selection today.
They're going to have a few rough years here.
And now
They've got some decent young players.
Guys, over that last break, I listened in on Alvin Gentry's huddle. He said, guys, for a team with our firepower, we're playing way too tight. We need to push the ball up the floor, get out in transition, and get those easy baskets. We can do this.
I don't know why I jumped there.
He's checked in for Indiana.
All you need is just getting that one really good draft pick or signing a superstar.
One-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys.
Oh, Stuckey.
Really important points.
That evens the score. And that's 13 points for Drew Holiday.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And Evans throws it down hard.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah,
all right, thanks, Stuckey, for throwing this game away for us.
As soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Now here is Hill. Loses the defender with the
That's how you do it.
Drills the jumper. Hill's got it all tied up now for the Pacers. Outside Holiday. Pass to Evans. He feeds it to Davis. It's stolen by
Ooh, nice
Hill.
poke away, Hill.
Hill against Holiday. And a wide open look for Freak. Good, and it's Hill.
There we go. I get some things moving
Hill's
here.
got his 7th assist here tonight.
Wow, the fans are really getting their money's worth tonight. What an entertaining ball game.
Up to this point, Greg, it's been almost impossible to separate these teams. I think this one's going to be close all the way.
And that's Evans penetrating. Good. Evans has got 4 points now in the quarter.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
George is checked in for C.J. Miles. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. George dishes to Moore.
I don't really want to pass it to Stuckey.
George gets a screen from Moore.
Oh!
Indiana will retain possession.
And George pulls a Stuckey. Oh, shoot, we did keep it. I'm not sure how that worked.
6 to shoot on the wing, George. Indiana needs to get a shot off. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Foul, yeah.
Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing.
Wow, this game just a commanding performance for Freak. He's got 10 rebounds, and he's been a brick wall today with all those blocks.
I gotta wish the Bulls were more tense in the East.
About bringing the ball to the rim.
Second one is good. Hitting both at the line.
It seems weird that I want my team to succeed yet also fail.
You have got to cash in on those opportunities.
Mostly because I just want that front office fired. Keep pretending that they're doing a good job when they're not. Always have good enough teams, but we'll never have that great team.
And so it's New Orleans with it, trailing by 2. Holiday against Hill, and Holiday kicks to Davis. And there's a minute 45 left to play in the final quarter.
Good solid defense there on Davis.
From the field since the beginning of the fourth. Hill passes to George. Kept alive. Moore.
Get in there. There we go.
Moore's got 12 points here in the second.
And the second chance points aren't easy to come back. It's all about effort.
Ooh, yeah, those were good games.
Made it look easy.
I like watching old classic series. Anytime I see a classic Bull series on, you know, matchups against the Jazz,
1:31 left here in the fourth quarter.
Don't mind turning those games on at all.
New Orleans moving it around. Passes it to Babbitt. Fires the 3. Pelicans keep it alive. Moore with the block, but he gets it back. Here's Davis. And again,
woo! Look at me all over the court.
You know, they don't score
good shot defense,
shot,
blocks.
Happy with those kinds of possessions. And now both teams really in a groove.
This game already was high
scoring,
but they've really amped and ramped it up to another level down the stretch.
It's good.
Ooh.
And now they trail by just 4.
Nice dime drop there from Holiday. Excellent awareness.
There's the pick. Hill dishes to Stuckey. Pass to Moore. Courtot with the block.
Okay. Not sure how he got that one, but we'll go with it.
Feeds it to Babbitt from the arc. With the second effort, buries it. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Watch out, Anthony Davis has caught fire.
A lot is on the line here.
Well, how about the intensity and focus of the crowd here?
So loud in this place. Shot clock and game clock separated by less
what?
than 6
No
seconds.
way. Get out of here with that.
They need to score.
I really agree, but it has to happen on every possession. They need points every trip. Watch out. Watch out. Tyreek Evans has caught fire.
Freak sets a screen for George. Oh, off target. Evans passes to Holiday. Here's Davis. Oh, no good.
I guess we're going to overtime.
Game winner. Extra time just about to get started here.
Yeah, I mean, in most situations it'd be fine, but I would have rather have had the ball. I should have called for it.
And away we go here with post-regulation basketball. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. So the Pelican 5 right now. Holiday and Evans comprise the backcourt. Davis is out.
Should have called for it, wasted more time off the clock so they didn't have a chance in the last second bucket themselves. We should have held for the final shot.
I was able to listen in on what Frank Vogel had to say to his team. He said their plan was run their offense through Freak. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. He also wants them to concentrate on working as a team at the offensive end. Passing, patience, and passages. Those are adjustments that could have a big impact at
I was hoping to take advantage of Babbitt being on me.
Thank you, Doris. Clock is at 3. From deep, Ellis. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Gortat's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Holiday with it. He's picked up by Hill. Evans, good.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
They set the screen. Hill drives in. Kick out to Moore. In the corner, George with it. Shot number 12.
Nice, there we go.
7 of 12 now.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
We need to calm down. Too many shots going in the ball. Let's get some ball movement and run something on the offensive end. Keep it simple. Let's throw it down inside.
Need to get a stop here.
About 90 seconds off the clock here in the extra period. Dishes it to Babbitt. Back to Holiday.
Get out of the lane before I get called for 3 seconds.
And Davis, here we go. And it's good off the back rim and in.
Hill, just stay with him.
Standing patience and decision making for them offensively.
I don't know what else. I don't know what half the guys on this team try doing from time to time.
Hill, no good. The Pelicans have gone 2 of 3 from the floor as we've gotten this overtime period underway. And he
wow.
Gets it to go.
Boy, he quieted the crowd with that big shot. That's a big play.
Ouch. That was a punch in the gut to these fans.
Overtime in full swing here. 2 minutes off the clock. And George, here we go.
Ooh, nice move, nice dunk.
Big time bucket there, Clark.
And Kevin, the crowd is loving it.
And guys, you don't have to tell these fans how important that shot was.
Now here is Holiday. Davis down low. Moore's there.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get.
I haven't quite choked the game yet.
Shot to go around.
Outside for George. Indiana moving the ball around. Ellis wide open.
There we go.
Monte Ellis, one of the great scorers in the game, and his team is getting his best effort right now.
The dish to Davis. Puts it up from 15. That doesn't go either for Davis. They can more or less wrap it up right here.
This has to be a very smart possession.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Outside for George. A baseline J.
Got it.
Oh, that's the shot of the game.
Well, he was fearless enough to get it up and down, and it paid off for him.
Can't get the ball in, you have another timeout. Use it if you need it.
And so here is New Orleans. The shot by Holiday, no good. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those
we're
so
not.
they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul
Would
right
have
away.
loved to bet on the line, but
First
okay.
one, that puts them up by 5.
As long as my teammates can hit their free throws, I'm fine.
So he goes 2
Okay.
for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Those free throws are the nail in the coffin, guys.
From
No, I'm
deep
pretty sure the nail in the
range,
coffin
no
was my
good.
jumper from
So
the
it's
corner.
Indiana picking up the win, and this win puts them squarely in the
Yeah, you
driver's
can't
seat
count
of
us
the
out
series.
all the
Up by
time.
break 2-zip with
We may
all
like
the
to choke
momentum
away
on their
leads, but
side.
I mean,
good
in
enough we can come back and get
shape
them.
right now. If they can capitalize on this victory and win game 3, you can just about put this series to bed.
You got it. And now let's catch up
That
with Doris
shot by
Burke,
Ellis
who's
is
standing by on the
huge.
sideline. Doris?
Made up for that one earlier.
Well, once again, you find yourself with a points and rebounds double-double. Is that something you've come to expect from yourself on a nightly basis?
expecting myself to come out and battle for rebound and take good shots. That's just how I shot to play for this team.
Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. That concludes Game 2 of the NBA Finals. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Clark.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our freak. And in what seems like the same old for him, he scored yet another double-double. Talk about Mr.
That's because those are your... Well, actually, you didn't even get a voice option in this year.
You know, we all
you had the one voice, and that was it.
It's the NBA Finals, baby. He was the star.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
And we hope you enjoyed tonight's game as much as we did, though that is doubtful. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, and we'll see you for more NBA Finals action coming up soon.
I liked how you, in the past, have gotten to choose. I mean, not that the voice options were that great in the past games. 2K15 only had 2 voice options. This one, it's like, this is the voice you get, and that's it. Alright, well, gonna end there on the overtime game. Take a break, go get some lunch. Risconix, thanks for the follow. Again, like I said at the beginning of the stream, gonna be no afternoon streams just with this sinus cold. Just gonna take it easy in the afternoons this week so I can be well rested for all the holiday festivities this weekend, spending time with friends and family. Don't really want to be super sick when meeting with them. But I will continue to do the short little morning sports streams, these little hour and a half, 2 hour streams, just to finish up the playoffs, which looks what we may be able to accomplish tomorrow, depending on how the game goes. And as I've said before, if I do finish up the playoffs tomorrow, then I will not stream it all on Thursday, with it being Christmas Eve. If I don't finish, then I will stream just long enough to finish up the last game of the playoffs, and then we'll begin the new season next week. But again, just a reminder, no afternoon streams the rest of the week, just the sports streams, just for the sake of my health and getting rid of this sinus cold. So I'll be back again tomorrow morning, continuing the championship series with the Pelicans. Just a quick rundown of everything. Twitter is at 4moresports. YouTube is youtube.com/DSADeathAndy589. If you're watching on Twitch, you can find links to those 2 places in the channel info section. If you're watching this later on YouTube, you can find a link to Twitter, but instead of to my YouTube channel, you can find a link to my Twitch channel in the description area. If you are watching this on YouTube, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Give this video a good old thumbs up. And lastly, if you'd like to help support the stream, the 3 big ways you can do so is to follow me here on Twitch and continue to come back and watch yourself. Always love having repeat viewers. The other ways you can help out is you can donate to help keep things running here on a consistent basis, and you can find a link to donate in the channel info section here on my Twitch channel. Never shake you down for money, though, so you're always welcome to come watch the stream. But if you want to help out in some way and can't donate, just a simple share. Friends, family, whoever. If you're a fellow streamer, have a YouTube gaming channel yourself, want to do a promote, just direct message me on Twitter, and we can work out the details there. So like I said, no afternoon streams while I try to get over this sinus cold the rest of the week, but we'll be continuing the sports streams until we finish the playoffs here. So that's what's happening the rest of the week. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Again, I thank everyone who stuck around and put up with the sniffles, the blowing in the nose, and the coughing and the lack of energy. I appreciate that much. Excuse me, I appreciate that a lot from everyone who stuck around. So again, like I said, I apologize for the not being at my full energetic state, but that's what blasted sinus cold does to me. So I think that's everything now. Do mental checklist. Yep. So, until the next point you decide to tune in, I will see you at that point. But until then, everyone have a great day.